Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well today. The movie Imitation of Life, and I know a lot of you have referenced this movie to me in the past. I even referenced it when I started my channel in the early days because I felt like Meghan Markle's behavior was very similar to the young daughter in that movie who had a mother of color, and how she looked white, but she wanted to live her life as a white girl. She was embarrassed of having a black mother. She felt like her mother being black limited her and her opportunities, and having the white look gave her more access to privilege and to things that she wanted, and to date someone who was white. If anyone found out that she had a black mother, they would look at her as being black. And this is something that I've always told you guys, even in the black community. You know, we consider Meghan Markle black, although technically she is mixed. The dominant gene of black, when you have a drop of black, essentially you are black. That's just the rule that the black community has used to say when someone is black. And it's almost like even back during slavery times when slaves were born of a black mother and the child was fathered by a white slave owner, and if that child looked white, it was never going to be within the household as a white privileged child. It was always going to be the child of a slave woman, and it was going to always be considered black. And that's kind of like what the movie Imitation of Life is based on. So this movie Imitation of Life is a classic. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you see it. You definitely will begin to look at the young daughter of the black woman in that movie, Mahalia Jackson. You'll look at her as being very much like a Meghan Markle type character. Now, I wanted to mention this movie only because Beyonce is looking to produce a remake of this movie with Zendaya. Maybe the interest to do this movie has become an interest of Beyonce and Jay-Z, you know, because of when they met Meghan at the Lion King premiere. Perhaps maybe stories coming out later about Meghan's character has given them a retake on who Meghan seems to be based on news reports and hearing things. Nothing like what the person was that they actually met when they saw her at the Lion King. And that was even wrapped around controversy, knowing that Prince Harry was supposed to go to a memorial for veterans. Instead, he chose to go to the premiere of this Lion King because it was something that was important to Meghan to have Harry go vouch for her for a job with the Disney executive. And it was just so low class, wrong, that it's just despicable that they even did that. That it was just disgusting. But anyway, I think that maybe this has become a story of interest now because to reflect on that movie. And so now that movie, I think, would be a really good story to retell in our time because it's still relevant today. It's still relevant today. And to have someone like a Meghan Markle act the way she's acted towards her family, never wanting to appear ethnic in her appearance. Now we know that she's only dated white men, and I don't fault her for that, only because you love who you love. But at the same time, I don't know that she's ever embraced the black community to be a part of her personal life, because she just probably doesn't feel like she wants to identify with it, or she can't identify with it. I don't know. But I think it's interesting that this is being looked at as a remake, this movie Imitation of Life, in our times, because it's relevant to real life drama we see today. And for someone of royalty to have that kind of negative attitude towards their race makes for a much more interesting story, because it's very close to real life. That's why I think perhaps maybe it's being looked at as a remake. So I think that would be very interesting. And the other thing I wanted to talk about is Harry is now trying to advocate for online safety for kids. He had this Zoom talk. And this is the problem that Harry and Meghan are going to run into. They're always trying to put their foot out to show what people should not do or how to try to make things better. But when are they going to learn that they really need to make themselves look better in the eyes of the public before they can start trying to tell other people how they need to be better or how they need to have better access to online tools for kids, because all of a sudden it's important to protect their kids? They do not understand the hypocrisy that they are dealing with in their own lives before marching off to try to educate other people. And it really shows you the immaturity. It shows you that they really don't have a grasp on their own social well-being. It's unbelievable. So the thing that Harry is doing now, this most recent thing with 5 Rights Foundation's Global Child Online Safety Toolkit. Okay, Harry, look, get things right in your own house before you start trying to tell people how to make the internet a safer place. They're speaking out against things that they have no right speaking out against. They can't take away people's First Amendment rights to not say certain things that they don't like and try to advocate for different rules within the online world. And let me assure you, this is something that Prince Harry is trying to do. He is trying to, in my opinion, get rid of free speech, because he's talked about it being bonkers. He's always bringing it up as a way to get rid of the hate that they hear online. And you're never going to get rid of hate. You're never going to get rid of it. And the best thing to do, especially for Harry and Meghan, is just be better. And people probably wouldn't be hating on you so much. But I don't know when they'll ever get around to it. He also added, wherever you are and wherever you're listening from, I predict that your family, like mine, understands the way that we experience technology and social media isn't working and needs to be fixed. No, it needs to be not fixed. You just need to be better, and you need to learn how to deal with people that are not always giving you clapping hands for doing something. Sometimes people are really saying something that they themselves need to learn to listen. And I don't think you're going to ever get rid of all the hate. I mean, you can watch a show on kitty cats jumping off of balconies and landing on 4 feet or 4 paws or whatever. You can have something as innocent as that, and you will get people hating. You'll get people saying, well, would you pick a kitty cat that looks like that? That's an ugly kitty cat. I don't like that kitty cat. I mean, people, because they are anonymous, they're going to say things, and either you just learn to tune it out, or you just understand that the people in this world are just crazy like they are, and they're going to say certain things. Just trying to fix something that you're already coming from a broken place is not helping. It's not helping. You need to fix yourself. Harry and Meghan, fix yourself. Fix your relationships with your family. And not only that, they've got the PR machine spinning, trying to spin negative stories into positive stories. And here's the most recent one. The firm, they came out and said that Harry and Meghan are not going to be invited onto the balcony. Well, do you know that they had stories coming out? It had to be their PR spinning that they had asked the Queen or told the Queen that they did not want to be on the balcony. Are you serious? No. We know you want to be on that balcony. You want to be front and center on that balcony. And the reason why they came out saying that they did not want to be on the balcony is because it would help Prince Andrew, knowing that he wouldn't be allowed. They would decide to also not be on the balcony. Can you believe this? They are so delusional in their trying to put out spin and to make their negative stories into positive stories for themselves. Like, they are the biggest proponents of what Harry is talking about. But yet he's going to sit here and speak up on it in this foundation about online safety tools. But Prince Harry, you need to just be quiet. Be quiet. You got the nerve to talk about something. You still are not learning. You are still not learning. Look, you're going to be 40 soon. You need to learn something. You need to learn a thing or two.